I'd like to start off by acknowledging that today we are meeting on the lands of my ancestors, the Wurundjeri people, and I'd like to take this opportunity to pay my respects to my elders, both past, present and emerging, elders from all nations, but I particularly want to pay my respects to everyone gathered this afternoon. Wominjeka welcome. Wurundjeri Balik, Yemen Kondi Bik. The Wurundjeri people welcome everyone to land today. Wurundjeri no Bunambo Kondi Nagnak Dubunam Bik Bolik Bo Tilikan. The Wurundjeri people want to look after and protect the land as they did long before. Wurundjeri country extends from the inner city of Melbourne. It goes across the mountains of the Great Dividing Range, west to the Werribee River, south to the Morialek Creek and east to Mount Borbor. And the Wurundjeri people are part of the Kulin Nation and of the Wadwurrung language group. Hello, my name is Colin Hunter Jr. or Woolert, meaning possum. A name given to me by my grandmother as a young boy. I'm a proud and passionate 7th generation Wurundjeri man and a direct descendant of Bibbidjin, who was Nullingeta or head of the tribe at time at first settlement. And it's through my grandmother, Gumbriar, meaning white dove, or only tiny, or Nanoshaw is known to us mob, that I've got Aboriginal culture and heritage in my life today, so for that I say thanks, Nan. My grandmother was one of the last of the Aboriginal people born in the early 1920s up at Corranderk Mission in Healesville, before she got pushed up the Barham on the river in New South Wales. In Aboriginal culture, a great deal of respect is given to the land, the plants and animals alike. And while you're on Wurundjeri country, you're most welcome to the traditional lands and the waterways of the Wurundjeri people. So Wominjeka, enjoy the day. Thank you.
And we do thank the traditional owners for having us here today to a place that is so special to so many of us. Of course, it is all about this golden beauty, the 2021 Lexus Melbourne Cup. Isn't she looking sensational? But we've got an amazing day of racing on the card as well. 10 big races. It's always a test for the punters, this one. Tricky form lines, big fields. So hopefully we can find a winner. In race 3, we've got the Sub-Zero handicap or the Greys race. So that's moved from Oaks Day to today, the Cup Day, and race 6 is a sprint for the 3-year-olds. One of the best races on the program today. But of course it is all about race 7. That's when we hit the Lexus Melbourne Cup, and can't we wait for that. Well, let's see how things are standing in the Jockeys Premiership after the first day, Derby Day. No surprise to see James McDonald up there, a long way out in front with 4 winners on Derby Day. Damien Oliver 6 off the pace, while Derby winner John Allen is not too far behind them. As for the trainers, it's a little tighter. James Cummings at the top of the leaderboard on 12. Chris Waller just 2 back, and Kieran Maher and Dave Eustace do have a big hand, so keep a watch on them. Well, it is all happening. It's been a bright and early start for our trainers and strappers, and also for our own Georgie Tunney, who joins us from the stalls area. Georgie, looking absolutely sensational. Tell me, have you found the Cup winner yet?
Yes, good morning, Katie. I think I'm putting the bright and early start that we all had today, and it's so wonderful to be here in the stalls once again for Lexus Melbourne Cup. There's a few horses behind me. There's a whole lot of chatter around, I have to say, and that's coming from a lot of the 2-year-olds who are a little bit nervous heading into the first race because it is the first time that they will be racing. Huge day ahead. We'll be chatting to the key trainers, Dennis Pagan, Peter Moody, the man of the moment, and also Kieran Maher, which is important, Katie, because I've got some questions for him, because my tips, Explosive Jack and Floating Artist, both his horses. So we'll see how they're faring when we get a chat to him a little bit later on.
Oh, it's a massive day for everyone down there. Thanks so much, Georgie. We'll catch up with you throughout the day. Well, not too far away from Georgie is down the straight of Flemington, our fashion hub. It's a stone's throw from the stalls area. It's where all the celebs are rolling throughout the day. And it's also where we find our style gurus in Rob Mills and Kate Freeburn, who'll be chatting to all of them. Now, guys, Millsy, welcome. I hear that Kate has you well covered in the tipping stakes. She's tipped 3 winners on Derby Day. I would ask for your cup tip, but let's be honest, it's not going to count for much, is it?
Thanks. Yeah, the shots fired early here. Thanks very much, Katie. Look, you shouldn't also be sledging too hard, because I've checked the leaderboard here for our giddy up here for Channel 10 for the broadcasters, and Kate's on top. You're at the very bottom. I'm actually coming second, so I'm beating Winks Gator and Falgate and yourself.
I should have done my research beforehand, it sounds like.
Well, Katie, I've got the advice for you. It's proof that you can purely choose your horse based on the name.
All right. Well, I just make my run late. It's all good, guys. I'll come home strong. Don't worry.
I hope so. We're having a great time down here. We are talking all things fashion and entertainment, but also horse racing, because now we are extremely good tippers. You've tipped some very good things today. The weather. Kat, you are the Channel 10 weather presenter. Thank you so much for turning it on. You know the weather gods.
It is perfect out there. Spectacular, warm, sunny. It's actually Melbourne's warmest day in 6 months. So there's a real vibe out there. It's good to see the crowd building. They're enjoying it. They're dressed up for the first time in such a long time. So it's a lot of fun already.
Would you say it's the race that stops the nation, but I think it's also the race that restarts Victoria today, or restarts Melbourne. It's so good to see so many punters out there. And now we have a great show. Kate and I, we've got some great guests coming up on the show today, including Melissa Leong from MasterChef. We've got Katrina Milosevic, who's going to be talking all things Spreadsheet, which is on Paramount Plus, which is a great show. The Cheap Seats, Tim McDonald, a very funny man. And of course, Melissa will be judging the Emerging Designer Award. And we've got the Millinery Award later on this afternoon.
And also very exciting, this week we're featuring all of the finalists for Maya Fashions on Your Front Lawn in the menswear and the women's wear categories. So, Rob, we could kick it off with South Australia?
I think we should, but I just want to know, do they look as good as us?
I have always had horses throughout my whole life. My parents had horses, my grandparents had horses. I'm Jamie Brueggemann and I'm the Maya Fashions on Your Front Lawn South Australian finalist, and I live in Woodchester.
To enter a competition where I have to be fully clothed is really unlike me, because everybody knows me as just somebody who's gonna take my shirt off and play basketball. I'm Jake Rios, the Maya Fashion on Your Front Lawn state finalist from South Australia, and I live in Adelaide. I'm from Bozeman, Montana, and I came out here in 2013 for basketball.
I think I've probably entered 50 competitions at least. I was lucky enough actually when I turned 18 to win the Maya competition for South Australia.
This is my normal getup that I would probably wear out, so in terms of the fashions on the field style, I don't know anything about it.
I had a lovely dressmaker in Adelaide design and make the dress for me. When I purchased the hat, I was really drawn to all the tulle work and the rainbow colours and the swirls in the quill. I found the bag a couple of years ago and it all worked really well together.
I would say the favorite piece would have to be the hat, actually. I think it's a cool hat. This was another opportunity to say yes to something new, and it'd just be a lot of fun to win something like this.
I think anyone that does fashions at the races once or 100 times, this is the dream to win this competition.
Okay, just keep your head down.